I'm Leo Sidran with The Art of the Story. Today, I want to tell you about my friend, pianist Randy Ingram, who recently released Sound Within, a celebration of Bill Evans. It's a piano trio album featuring Ingram alongside drummer Joe Barbera and bassist Rufus Reid, both of whom played with Evans. Barbera famously played in what was ultimately Bill Evans' final trio alongside bassist Mark Johnson, while Reid spent a short stint playing with Evans in the late 70s alongside drummer Philly Joe Jones. For Randy, that direct historical connection was an important part of putting the project together.
I think it has really been important to me because I think there's something intangible. There's something that can't be quantified and can't be boiled down to technical ability. There's something about the way that music can really communicate and move people that I think has always really been important to me.
But the connection to Bill Evans is also deeply personal for Randy. He grew up in Southern California and discovered Evans just as he was learning how to listen to jazz and deciding what kind of musician he wanted to become.
The defining moments of like, hey, I want to play jazz. What do I like in jazz? You know, so many of those early moments were directly tied into discovering Bill's music and discovering the sort of sentiment behind Bill's music and sort of the honesty behind it.
Drummer Joe Barbera became an early mentor. When Randy was still in college, he invited Barbera to play on a demo that included some songs associated with Evans. They recorded My Foolish Heart, a song Evans had famously played. After the first take, Barbera encouraged the young pianist to try again.
At the end of the second take, he said, I think that one's better. I think you sound much more like yourself on that take. And, I realized, okay, the goal is not to copy here.
Years later, Randy's relationship with Bill Evans took an unexpected turn when he actually became him, at least on screen. Ingram portrayed Evans in the 2013 Swedish film Waltz for Monica, a biopic about singer Monica Zetterlund.
It's true, and that remains one of the more surreal experiences of my life.
For years, Randy knew he wanted to make a record that addressed the enormous influence Bill Evans had on him, but he also knew he had to wait.
This is something that I had thought about doing for a long time, and I had always pushed it off, and, I thought it was really important for me to do what I could to come up with my own thing, come up with my own sound, even with all those influences.
So by the time Randy finally made Sound Within, he had spent years figuring out how to acknowledge Evans' influence without being overwhelmed by it. And he had a very clear idea about what he didn't want to do.
I don't want to be a Bill Evans cover band, and certainly even if we're playing the repertoire faithfully, I think the last thing Bill would have wanted, the last thing that his musical ethos says to me is like, hey, play this exactly the way I played it,
Sound Within, a celebration of Bill Evans, is Randy Ingram's homage to the pianist who captured his imagination as a young man, made with musicians who connect him directly to that history, but from the perspective of the pianist Randy himself has become. And yes, it includes Ingram's rendition of My Foolish Heart. Randy Ingram will perform music from Sound Within this Wednesday, August 12th, at The Pocket, one of Manhattan's newest and most talked-about jazz clubs. You can hear my full conversation with Randy at WBGO.org. I'm Leo Sidran, WBGO News.